Hello and welcome along. In this mod spotlight, we are taking a look at the Schlueter ProfiTrac 5000 by Bauerg. This is released as part of Giant's mod competition, mod contest 2017. And this is a rather extraordinary mod. I did have to go and do a little research on this because when I first loaded it up, I couldn't believe that it is the power level it is. But we will get into that in a little bit. Quite a nice mod. The model is quite nice. It is let down in places by a couple of bits. And it's not the model that's the issue here. And in fact, outside of the tractor looks quite good. It's a little bit flat in place. Could do with a little bit of shine and a little bit more depth to the texture. But other than that, there's no pixelation, and it looks pretty reasonable, to be honest. I understand this is the modder's first mod, and it's an excellent first mod. It really is, actually. I like how he's done it, but the inexperience does show a little bit on it. Not much, and that's not a big criticism by any stretch. But there are a few bits where it would just, again, it's that whole thing of taking it from a great mod to being an amazing mod. And unfortunately, this falls short of that amazing bit for a couple of reasons. So we'll jump inside the cab and you can see one of those reasons. The textures in here are not so good as the ones outside. There is quite a bit of pixelation in here, and unfortunately for me that detracts from the mod a bit. The panel and the indicators and everything look fantastic. Although it's a little bit strange that there's a lot of shine on everything around the dials, and then the dials themselves have no shine on them at all. So there is that. But otherwise, yeah, nice place to be, good place to be. Working mirrors and everything. No IC. And in fact, I've read that the modder himself doesn't like IC anyway. Personally, I like to have IC on a tractor. I think it takes it to that next level and adds the next bit of realism to it. If we jump outside then with the camera, and we will give the lights a check. So right indicator, left indicator, hazards, yeah. Again, right indicator, left indicator, and hazards. We have no beacon on this tractor. So yeah, that's not an option on here. Brake lights work fine, and then lights, we have basic lights, light up at back and front. We have rear work lights at the top of the cab, and we have extra front work lights as well, so we have 3 levels to the lights. Yeah, that's basically it as far as the external stuff like that goes. The original tractor didn't have a trailer attacher, and I didn't think I'd added one, but there seems to be one here, so we'll check that in the options in a little bit. Let's start her up and hear how she sounds. So that definitely is a default sound in game, and so we have got valves on the top of our exhausts, but they don't seem to open enough, unfortunately. So it looks like the exhaust is coming through the tops. I think they either the exhaust needed to be angled down, or those needed to open more, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's a small thing. Let's give it a drive around. Again, we've got now that's interesting. Having just given that criticism, they open further when you put your foot down and when the smoke goes blacker. So that is nice. I'm just not sure about when it's... I wonder if you can animate the angle of the smoke at all. But anyway, that's so I can understand what's happened there. Suspension is all good. Yeah, works well. No rear suspension as there shouldn't be. Up on the hill, climbs it fine, but then I would expect that from a tractor with this power. Fairly basic underneath, but as I said, looking at the underneath, I am being very picky. Yeah, suspension handles rough terrain very well. So yeah, I'm liking that a lot. That works really well. It is a decent mod, this. Yeah, I like it. I don't love it, I think is the best way to describe it. Let's pop into the shop and have a look at the options that come with it. So this is where I had to go and take a double look because I knew nothing about this tractor. The basic setup for it is £500 a day and 500 horsepower. Now I've checked, that is accurate. So it is a 500 horsepower tractor from 1978, and I did not know those existed. It has a 1,000 litre tank and goes at 18 miles an hour. Options are standard and with a back attacher. Now, as I said, I didn't think I'd selected back attacher, and it seems to be there. So I don't know if that's a problem or not. And I will go and check that out in a moment. We'll take the one that we have to the workshop before we finish. Adding the back attacher costs £2,000. Engine setup, you've got the original 1978 500 horsepower, and then you've got a tuned 2017 version that throws it up to 680 horsepower and £210 a day for an extra 30,000. And then wheel setup, you have standard, twin and triples. The twins will cost you an extra 15,000. The triple will cost you an extra 30,000. The incredible thing about it as well is that it's £250,000 for the base setup. And then if you go for the maximum cost extras, that adds another 62,000. So this tractor at its max setup is a whopping £312,000. That is a huge amount of money. But considering this was a prototype, I can kind of understand this, and especially 40 odd years ago, this would have been an exceptional tractor. So I can definitely understand that. We will just go check this back attacher issue because I'm fairly sure that I didn't select a back attacher when I configured this, but I could be wrong, and it's worth checking for this review. It looks like, yeah, both tyres do give... so I've got the jewels on, and they both give tyre marks, so that's great. To customise, yeah, we don't have a back attacher on here. So I'm going to customise it and add it, and just see what that does. Ah, okay. So the lower attachment is standard, the upper attachment is not. So if I take it off now, we can see the difference that makes. So yeah, the upper attachment is gone, the lower attachment is still there. So it's the upper attachment that adds. So all in all, this is a decent mod. It is. Not my favourite looking tractor, and not a favourite mod of mine by any means, but it does work. It is a very serviceable and will work well in the game. No major issues as far as I can see. Worth giving a look, but I don't think... I think there are better mods and better tractors in the mod contest. So, yeah, check it out. But it's good but not excellent is my conclusion to this. And so all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this mod spotlight. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. Goodbye.